Welcome to our coverage of the Carolina Surfcasters Association August 2025 Surfcasting Competition. It is the calm after the storm as Hurricane Erin continues north, and as luck would have it, her high winds that casters were salivating over cleared out a day ago. As a result, personal best scores were not in the cards as hoped, but the high turnout of athletes has created perhaps an even more exciting competitive atmosphere at this weekend's tournament. We are taking you down to the Aki now as newcomer Mekhi Carter Davis steps up to kick off this round. Mekhi is the sole caster in the B class, and just judging from the execution of his Hatteras cast, he appears to be an experienced surf and pier fisherman. Let's check the replay on that. Mekhi looks very relaxed and well balanced, but you can also tell that's a good amount of power that he's applying to the throw. Bruce Yarnell and his wife traveled all the way down from Lancaster, Pennsylvania to partake in this weekend's contest. Bruce has decided to dive right into pendulum casting this weekend, and it looks like he's done a decent amount of practice for himself back home.
You're bending the rod more, and so the unload point feels funny. Yeah, when you do a ground cast, you're using the rod more than the person had it. My first ground cast went into the woods.
He hangs out with all the...
He's sporting a One More Cast shirt with a poignant message to all casters from Joe Moore himself printed on the front, "Look up." And if you don't know what that means, you ought to find out. Sean Sprague is up. He's a fellow churchgoer with AAA caster Jordan Bray, both from Elizabeth City, North Carolina. Judging by his choice of casting style, it's fair to guess that Sean is yet another Outer Banks surf fisherman. Time for the slow motion, and Sean has a remarkably well-timed Hatteras cast. He lets the sinker drop to just above the deck and gets excellent loft when he follows through, which is very challenging when casting heavier weights with this style. This is Thomas Troy. It was at the suggestion of Outer Banks legend and former Sportcast USA president Joe Moore that Tom entered the surf casting fray for the first time ever this weekend. He's a surf fisherman with a New Hampshire pedigree, with the unmistakable New England accent to boot. Like some of the other newcomers, Tom has decided to challenge himself with the pendulum cast. He's putting in the power a little early, but is still maintaining control and putting the sinkers into the casting court at respectable distances. Sean Marsh is back for his second ever surf casting tournament. Speaking of newcomers diving right into advanced casting styles, Sean has taken to the flat arc pendulum cast.
They can pull it up and kind of wiggle sometimes. Old shit that I used in Florida where we used 15 pounds of weight. We used 6 or 8 pounds.
This is a cast that even most advanced casters shy away from. It can be more physically demanding than other styles, and without good timing, the sinker is apt to hit the ground. But Sean has been launching them successfully this weekend, high and straight.
He said that's how it's supposed to sound.
Sounds like you're casting a pin international with a clicker on.
There you go. Well, it's down. It's down a good bit.
More common in dogs.
Wow.
Most people just get their cat spayed. I never got her spayed just because I didn't want her.
Who's going? That video? That's what Tommy Farmer always said.
Patrick Manuel is at the Yaki now. He tells us he recently spent some time in California as a resident there, and interestingly, the West Coast has very little in the way of a surf casting community due to the preference for light line surf fishing, which was popularized there by anglers like William Varney. On the other hand, California was the home state of America's premier champion distance caster, Primo Livigny.
Last time, you could see the duck.
The slow motion replay reveals a quite competent, if not textbook, Hatteras cast.
Oh, we heard that one lady who was throwing. Tom's picking. All right, you're up.
What's your other rod? You use, is that a 07?
One on a pin rig. Probably.
Tournament regular Butch Lloyd is back down from Delaware. For those not familiar, he is a ground caster in the senior class and is going head-to-head with longtime caster John Mroczka.
It might have been Frisco Pier before.
See him come through lit off right there in the 8-foot, 10-foot water.
Yeah, but that pier's not that deep. I was seeing them off the beach.
There was,
Like I said, my goal today was to
I don't know if it was last year,
work on my.
exposed to limited Mahi in an hour. He gets mad if we don't have a limit in an hour once we dine. There's that.
Let's take a look at the slow motion replay. Unfortunately, his numbers are down from his performance here in June. Butch is normally a 500-foot plus caster, but for many of these athletes, the stagnant air and high humidity has taken a toll on their distances.
That's all right. It was just a PTC frame I put 4-part brand new chrome rocket.
Here's John Mroczka. He has seemed to buck the trend of atmospheric oppression this weekend, hitting his best numbers at a CSCA event so far this year.
Bobby's got the killer 5600. He's not even out here using it.
Said he'd be here tomorrow. Better be.
I built.
Looks like a good bend in that rod. We will see where it landed shortly.
Roddy Blind.
You are looking at the latest upgrade to the Carolina Surfcasters Association Tournament Experience, a rod stand for athletes who have cast and are awaiting the walk downfield. It's a project undertaken by Connor Brown, whose enthusiastic efforts to help out at events and improve the club are evident and greatly appreciated. The president of the CSCA, Matt Tuers, is jumping in here and there with some casts this weekend. His results are not extraordinary so far, but for the most part he is at least holding well above the 600-foot mark.
Well, Matt, what's Matt saying about this? And he put this
Yeah. I mean, maybe somebody who's really good could do something.
We'd like to thank Butch Lloyd for providing lunch for the group this weekend. On the menu was shredded chicken breast barbecue, cooked to perfection. Back in April, Bobby Rae Allen crossed the 700-foot threshold at the Surfcast USA Grand Prix tournament, and that was with the best wind conditions in recent U.S. surfcasting competition history, at least on the East Coast. What's remarkable is that he seems poised to secure that distance again this weekend in spite of harsh conditions, and thereby take this event's title for the AAA class. Bobby is sticking with the ground cast for now, as casting legend Tommy Farmer often prescribes, but it's certainly not holding him back as we look at the slow motion replay. We see Bobby is setting up a solid foundation with his leg work and has an increasingly precise and powerful swing. As of right now, it is neck and neck with Bobby Rae Allen and AAA caster Jordan Bray, who's setting up for his cast. Jordan has a few more years of experience though, and this year he has taken up pendulum casting. There's nothing radical going on there as far as footwork, but Jordan seems to be maintaining his balance and control just fine. We'll get the full story when the scores come in. Chris Chance is up, casting against Angel Villalpando, who we will see in a few moments. They are the masterclass casters here, who cast in the 725-foot to 799-foot distance range.
We caught a big eye.
You can tell by the rod yanking itself downward in the recovery here that this cast may have gone a little lower than the desired 45-degree angle trajectory into the sky. Angel Villalpando is approaching the Aki now.
Fantastic tuna. But I'm sure I'll see it out here. I'll see you at another one of these. If you ever need anything.
I don't have my protruders off.
But I'm sure I'll see it out here. I'll see you at another one.
He's using the Paul Kerry style rollover mid-swing pendulum cast. It looks solid, but we're not hearing much of the rebel yell this weekend. Connor Brown is competing again in the elite class against USA Surfcasting teammate and CSCA Vice President Ryan Lambert.
Taking on the ferry and everything on top of it.
Yeah, but they're not even
Not the matter.
Let's see the replay. He's setting up his cast like a high swing pendulum, but that starts to evolve in the backswing, and by the time Connor starts rotating his torso, the angles of the cast resemble more of a flat arc style, where as he starts the power stroke, the sinker has positioned itself just a few inches off the ground.
Watching in slow-mo, I'll be here, and the real action turn here, and back out.
Ryan Lambert is closing out this round of casting. It's surprisingly his first appearance at a CSCA tournament this year. So far his casts are floating around 800 feet, give or take.
I don't know if it's a rod twist or like when it comes through the releases.
I wouldn't think that it would come back if it was a real flipping. Probably just
No, it's whenever you release.
Stays intact. It might be all day.
and that was
We'll try to figure out which one.
about 25 miles.
It's hard to put your finger on, but there's something about Ryan's casting here this weekend that indicates refinement, if that's the right word. Watching the slow motion, we're specifically noticing the coordination he's exhibiting with the step with his left leg as he rotates, and then planting that foot just in time and in position for the power stroke. Speaking of Hurricane Erin, viewers may note that Ronald Zervakis is absent from our video coverage. He was notified Saturday morning, after only a few casts, that access to his Outer Banks home opened up, so he was compelled to leave the event immediately to assess that situation. As the athletes take a walk down the casting court, the Carolina Surfcasters Association would like to thank its partner businesses: Tommy Farmer's Carolina Cast Pro and Cast Pro Series rods, designed by the legend himself; Joe Moore and One More Cast, who graciously produces and provides the official competition sinkers for all CSCA tournaments; our friends over in Corpus Christi, Texas, Breakaway Tackle USA; and Reel Custom Reels, who is also the custom tournament reel outfitter to the USA Surfcasting team. This weekend's scores have been tallied. In the senior class, John Mroczka's casting experience helped him put a 100-gram sinker out at 550 feet and propelled him past a field of mostly new faces. Mekhi Carter Davis took home the title for the B class of casters by default, but his nearly 150-yard cast hinted at a fair amount of casting experience on beaches and piers. Sean Sprague, another first-timer, came from nowhere and dominated the AA class. Rae Allen beat Jordan Bray and Matt Tuers in the AAA class, landing just 8 feet past Jordan in the 150-gram sinker category. The 125-gram sinkers were Angel Villalpando's sweet spot as he took the Masterclass title. And despite Connor Brown besting him in the 150-gram sinker category, Ryan Lambert launched the 125-gram sinker out over 800 feet for the best cast of the weekend. He is the winner of the elite class. That concludes our coverage of the Carolina Surfcasters Association August 2025 Surfcasting Competition. For news and upcoming events, coverage of past events, casting records archives, and everything you need to know about surfcasting, visit our website, carolinasurfcasters.org. If you appreciate our video coverage and want to be notified as it is released, click like, subscribe, and the notification bell here on YouTube. The final stop for the CSCA this year is Green Sea, South Carolina on December 7th and 8th. All are welcome at our competitions, and we hope to see you there. But for now, we are signing off.